All right, and we are back and we are live. Co-video live TV episode number 9. Back at you. This is our little YouTube thing that we do to help everybody get through the COVID-19 crisis. A lot of people stuck at home, a lot of people not going to work, a lot of people deprived of social interactions, and we're here to provide some social interaction at a appropriate social distance via social media per the promo online. We are back. First one checking in. I've got to mention. Hello. That's Amy Hill. I believe that's not Amy Hill. I believe that's young Jack. Hello, Jack. We're going to get you on the show soon, sooner or later. What do we have going on today? Oh, always have to make sure for the safety of our guests that we do a quick temporal scan here. And checking in at 98.7, a tenth of a degree off of what should be normal. I'm going to call that pretty safe. I may be looking a little darker today, a little red, like I am heating up. I was actually outside. The sun did come out. Today. I was outside cutting up some wood that I had around and made a little shelf, trying to tidy up the studio here to make things a little bit nicer. And again, get some of that equipment that I've been promising on line soon, so we can do some good things with graphics and better picture in picture and on and on and on. So hopefully we'll be there soon. So without any further ado, I got a very, very busy man online on hold here, joining us by Skype. He's the king of the Ron Harlow media empire. He is Mr. Ron Harlow himself. Let's bring him up. Here we are. Hello, Ron. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Ronnie, thanks for having me. 97.9, so just under the temperature gauge of anything that could cause any problems during tonight's live broadcast.
But yeah, very light,
I'm happy
very
to be
light.
here. Thanks so much for your time. I'm loving it.
Ron, I always have to, not always have to, but I've got to remember, you've got the booming radio voice, and I have to dial down that gain on channel number 2 here, my Skype audio. Ron runs the Ron Harlow Media Empire. You may have heard it lately. Runs on Facebook daily. 4 p.m.? Is that when the show's still kicking off, Ron?
That's correct. 5 days a week, I do. And here's I'm going to show the logo. Why not? There it is.
There it is, Ron Harlow.
That's me.
Nice. Don't knock the phone over. It took us a while to get that angle just perfectly, Ron.
Did I get it? All right.
Perfect.
We got it.
Yeah, we got it.
Yes, I do. And we started last July 22nd after a long run in local radio. I through some encouragement by some folks and some investment of time and money of some people, we got this going, that there was still a need or desire to have what I do on the air, and I've expanded it into we've got 4 shows now, including my own, Make My Day. We have a finance show with Matthew Baker. He's 25 years in the game of being a financial advisor. He comes on twice a month. And then we have 2 weekly shows led by ladies. You note that there's not a lot of local hosts that are completely, run by women, but we have 2. One is Crystal Kadar. She is Mrs. South Shore, by the way. So she is also beautiful on the inside and out, and she will be in the pageant coming up, if it happens, for right. Mrs. Indiana. She is a trainer, and she runs a group called the Playful Trainer. She does a show called The Playful Life on Thursday mornings. I'm not even sure if we're going to do it tomorrow. We might do it remotely, like we're doing it here. Yeah. But she talks about training. It's fun. Then we have a show called The Cheeky Mom with Erin Alice. She's one of my improviser friends. She does a show just out of here. She's from Crown Point. She's very plugged into the community. If those that are watching know, she was the one that recently was lauded by the newspaper for her work in knitting the baby Yoda hats for the newborns at Franciscan hospitals over January. Right now, she's giving up her summer vacation to
spring break. You mean spring?
Spring break, yeah. She figured a way to help out by putting together masks for people that work at the elderly homes. Some hospital get masks and such. So she's out there doing community service. Her show's really funny, like mine. I talk more news. She talks more human interest, even though we cross paths. But
you mentioned the masks, doing the volunteer work, making the I don't want to call them, they're protective masks, not surgical masks. I had a guest on, Jessica Roberts, was taking advantage of her time at home and making masks, sewing masks with her daughter. They were their benefactor. The person that the group that they were sending to was called Chemo Friends, or these were people who were going through chemotherapy who needed a little extra filtration on the air that they're breathing, especially now. So that's good to hear other people contributing.
It is, and what's good, we're getting a nice cross section of listeners that are. We're just starting to promote each other's shows, and obviously this came along on the rough time. So all of my guests lately have been over the telephone line. Like, for example, just for people interested, the Buddy Guy has a radio channel. I don't know if you guys know that, on XM, and we are interviewing Pat Quinn tomorrow at 4:30. And he works for them, so he knows Buddy Guy, and I'm a music guy, and I've been to Legends before, so I'll try to hang with a musical guy that probably knows way more than me. So we just get a cross section of people from the region and beyond. If we can get them in, we have them on, and we have fun.
Have you had a chance to? You said you may not be doing a show or having an issue. Or have you started to tiptoe into doing any of the live or remote? It's really not that hard and to pull off. I'm willing to help you out, Ron. If an idiot like me can do it, right?
Right? Oh, no. Get out, man. You've got skills. Definitely got skills. I've done one live remote already at Bridges Scoreboard for our fantasy football show, which we did. And obviously we're on hiatus right now. But we're definitely going to be planning on doing more of that. I'm getting involved. One of our sponsors on Ron Arnold Media is Humane Indiana. So we are committed to doing some live stuff for their events. Again, out there in Munster and beyond. They do a pause in the park kind of thing. In the summer, we were going to cover that. We'll see what happens. But I mean, obviously,
I was trying to get somebody on from Humane Indiana. Our good friend Scott Filler. He said he's shy. He's a little shy. He's afraid of the publicity. I don't understand. I get that right. You know who we want to get? Mark Bachnick's the president right now. You can get him. Okay.
The guy my friend that was just on here, and he works for one of our sponsors, Springer Realty, Jeff Detlow. He runs Pints in the Park. It's his baby. He'll be glad to come on. He's also on the board at Humane Indiana. But your main guy over there is named Brian Fitzpatrick. I can hook you up with him. He's the director. Super nice. Hey, but back to me.
Yes. Now, enough about that. Let's talk about Ron, or Ron's.
As you know, I am a classically trained comedy improviser, so I'm missing my time with my students. I teach at Beatniks Theater in Hammond. I have for
Hey, Ron, this interview runs itself. That was the thing I was just going to mention next. I was going to ask you about how the improv is going. I know you're in that. Tell me more.
I'd miss it, and I think you'd be great at it, honestly. I really do. I think you'd be very, very subtle. We need more guys like that. Obviously, I'm louder. Everybody knows what to expect from me. High energy. Loud usually, even when I whisper, it's usually pretty loud.
That's not a whisper.
Get over here. The cat's under the bed. Bit my whatever. I don't know. But it's a lot of fun. I've studied in Chicago with a lot of folks that have gone through the ranks of Saturday Night Live. Even some of the old guard come through once in a while that you get a chance to hang out with here or there. That was amazing. And I was pretty well liked. I mean, other than, for starting at 40 years. I did start comedy at 40, though.
Hey, so, you take some of those improv skills and radio online hosting skills, and you put them to use hosting some good charitable events, right? Wasn't most recently we were talking about that Parkinson's event that went down?
At Bridges again, believe it or not. That's where they wanted to have it, but it was a fundraiser for the Northwest Indiana Parkinson's Foundation, and it's in Highland. There, we raised several thousands of dollars.
Nice.
They're doing great. It's on Jewett Street there in Highland, and right by the library, if you know where that is. Just stop in and make a donation. It's a very calming place. I mean, when you go in there, you're just relaxed and. But they've got classes in there where they're doing some training. You watched, we were talking about it with our physical therapist friend, Mike Toper. They're doing some boxing training in there to keep folks that are, fend off the muscular damage and the carnage of this disease that it takes.
You mentioned a very a calming environment. What does a Ron Harlow do to stay calm amid this pandemonium, pandemic pandemonium? What's going on?
I'm gonna bring it up. All right, I do it. Just when I even talk to you, my wife's got the only text so far, so you and the entire internet get to hear this quick story.
Go ahead.
I am too large of a man with bad back and sore whatever. I can't really get down on the ground unless I'm supposed to stay there for a decent amount of time for whatever reason. I was doing a bunch of dishes in the room. I had we made a dish that we had leftovers for and was sitting there, and I was trying to pile and clean at the same time. A dish knocked another dish, and boom! One of our favorite top of the line soup bowls, no longer a part of the Harlow family.
My condolences.
I was able to get some of the larger pieces and parts out. There's random bits of glass and food underneath a small tarp there in the kitchen area that includes a recent box we got from Amazon, a bag of newspapers, and a picture of the pavilion, just so that my dog doesn't get into the food until my wife gets home to clean up my mess, and the dog won't get a mouthful of food. And
Ron, I'd like to say that story bowled me over, but that would be horrible. So, hey, we're getting close to our halftime here, where we take a break to bring on our next guest. Any event or something you want to plug? Something you want to bring up, Ron?
Big thing. It's again the show. This is the 8th or 9th episode of this great show. It's Co-Video Live TV. I don't know if I've been doing this a little while now, since July 22nd. I'm a part of a nominating committee, and then this portion I get sponsored for you by Sauerkraut. Sauerkraut, it's a side dish. It is. But we want to award you with the Make My Day Beach Gnome Award for the best new podcast. Again, I don't know if we can put this on your mantle or something. But as you can see, he's drinking out of a half of a watermelon, so he knows how to party.
I'm humbled. Ron.
Thank you for doing. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ron. If I had a producer, I'd put you on hold and have her or him get the address and make sure it ships. But we'll have to hook up after the show, make sure it gets in the right hands. Call me.
I got time. I got time to produce.
I'll find you on Skype. We're going to wrap it up there. I appreciate the time, Ron. Hopefully we can get back together online again. Will you join us later in the COVID crisis?
I will. Hopefully the problem was noodles and sauerkraut is on my floor. Hopefully it's cleaned up by then. Thank you.
Be careful with all that kraut, Ron. You're going to run out of toilet paper.
I got to crowd it out is what I got to do.
All right.
Later.
Have a good night. Bye now. All right, and with that, I'm going to roll up the logo and bring on our second guest. Hang in there. Co-Video Live TV on YouTube. All right, welcome back. We've got our second guest of the evening online in the virtual green room, ready to go. Does not need any introduction, so I'm going to mean what I say. Without any further ado, give a nice Co-Video Live TV welcome to Mr. Eddie Wantuck. Hello, Eddie.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
Welcome back to the show. Let me just double check my audio here. What's been going on with you out in? I see you got the St. Michael's top on. I guess I should mention.
Yeah.
St. Michael's School. We're both parents of children at St. Michael's School. His daughter and my son are both classmates there. We're out until at least May 1st, right?
Yeah, this will be my third kid going through there, and definitely thank you to the teachers there and to the staff in the parish.
Yeah, definitely, and the especially the help at the parish office there. Your wife does a fantastic job. Always helps us out. Anything we need. Fantastic. A true professional. A true professional. Her professionalism is only eclipsed by that of Eddie Wantuck. So what's been going on out in your area? Last we talked yesterday, you said you were going to try to get the family out for some outdoor exercise.
Yeah, we went out to the Indiana Dunes, and to my surprise, it was packed. It was like a Saturday morning there.
Right.
And we got there late in the afternoon after I finished work, and I think the three of us were just really shocked at how many people are just not keeping any social distance. And we didn't stay too long. We thought maybe we'd try again another day, maybe go early.
I saw that the city of Chicago was threatening to shut down. They did. I don't know if they did it again. On this program, I try not to provide up to the minute news because there's always a hassle with that being accurate. But I thought they were threatening to close their lakefront and close their parks because people indeed weren't doing the social distancing, staying at home.
Right. It is tough to be locked up and not want to enjoy the outdoors. But I mean, I was, like I said, I was very shocked walking along the beach and people are just like running with their dogs and barefoot. It's like, what are they doing? We just wanted to get some fresh air and some exercise, and we enjoy the lakefront so much.
Mm-hmm. Well, the weather was good today, wasn't it, out there?
It was beautiful.
Right. I was telling my previous guest I was out in the driveway. I made it that far. I made it to the driveway. I was cutting up some wood to make a shelf for the office to organize better. And my pasty skin got a little sun. So it's not the fever that's hitting me if I look a little pink today. It is the extra UV radiation that I picked up working outside.
And yeah, being home now, we've had to set up more spaces for everybody. And Monica starts working from home tomorrow. So I'm down here with Molly, Kate, and the dogs, and it's been fine because we all wear headphones. I think that saves us from lots of fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And Molly goes up in the kitchen and sometimes outside just to try to, she's all caught up on her schoolwork, and I think Kate is, but my company is running business as usual. So I have meetings throughout the day and work due and all that. So, yep. But they are on top of it. They're a very tech heavy company. So I've got a great computer and great connecting with the staff back and forth throughout the day. And everybody is kind of doing the same thing. We're just trying to, be safe, be calm, be kind, rewind.
Doing a lot of video conferencing or teleconferencing lately?
I'm not a big fan of Microsoft. And we are using Microsoft Teams, and I really like it. Mm-hmm. I'm able to send a lot of graphic files throughout the day. It works much better than email, and it's almost like having a text messaging application like on your phone, with just like talking to your friends. It's just like that with work. Mm-hmm. On a laptop, I had a meeting today, and there's 6 people. We can talk just like we are now. It was very clear and.
You haven't had any issues with internet upload speeds or anything with video dropping out or people unavailable?
Yes, I had to upgrade our modem, and I actually went with a business package since we're all here.
Right. Business pack, that should get you, what do they give you, 12 or 15 megabits per second on the upload side? Do you know?
I think that is it. And then I actually have some stuff hardwired in. We have Eamon's room all. He's straight wired Ethernet, just cable, and ran it straight to the modem, so there's no drop off for him. So since the 3 of us or 4 of us are down here during the day, and then Monica will be upstairs tomorrow, I wanted to make sure everything was working good. But yeah, 2 trips to the Xfinity store.
Right. I had a guy come out here. I don't know if you caught the previous episode. I had a guy come when it was snowing, whatever day that it was. We were, I called. I was surprised that they would even schedule a visit, and the guy did show up. He said, I'm not coming in, or I can't come in, or I'm not coming in. It sounded to me more like he said, I'm not coming in. He said, I could check from outside real quick, see what's going on, and he did, and then he disappeared, so I never heard. But I'm looking at our at our video upload speeds right now, and we're doing pretty well. I think I want to do a whole show, maybe for nerds only, get into some of the technical details of doing a live stream and the equipment that's here, but I don't want to get too far out into the weeds on that one today. Hey, you mentioned everyone's got headphones on. What would one find coming through Eddie Wantug's headphones during this? What are you playing?
Well, especially so I don't go nuts on the kids. I try to listen to a lot of Allman Brothers. But I've been listening to a lot of old classics, Jeff Beck, Rod Stewart, and then I'm listening to 80s music, of course, like Weezer and Happy Mondays, The Cure, stuff like that. I've always loved that. I'm like all over the place. My commute used to be almost an hour and a half to work and back, so I had a lot of time to listen to music. So I was listening to like album sides, like The Who, Quadrophenia, or full sides of The Wall or Pink Floyd Animals, and it just helped me with the time to go by. It helped me think and get my notes and be able to prepare for the next day at work.
But now your commute is that's barely a 2-minute 2-minute song, right?
Yeah, from upstairs to the basement. I actually moved a coffee pot downstairs, which Eamon thinks is hilarious because I call that the break room, right outside the washer and dryer.
Right.
So we have a fridge there and a microwave, and I put a table and chairs and a coffee pot. So there's coffee going 24/7 here.
How are the coworkers? How's the working office environment there?
It's trying at times, but we're all on different hours. I'm having to work later in the evening just so I can concentrate on my work and be creative. And then during the day, it's kind of up for grabs because we're all just on top of each other.
Yeah, I know you. You mentioned before that you do. I tend to work later, work in the evenings. I did when I woke up today. I had a text from you. It was a little sample logo that you were working on. Unexpected that you were putting together. That's some of the work that you do. Your paid work, right? That's your paying gig, right?
I'm a graphic designer, and so all day long I'm updating websites. A lot of with the virus, a lot of information needs to be quick and updated on our website for work. So I try to have things ready to go. I have it in all the different sizes for LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and so we can have that in our own website. So we want to make sure that all of our members and a lot of the RNs that call in and work with us, they have enough information for them to help with diabetes care.
No, I didn't realize that was the primary, but okay. Well, I won't get into your how much you ever want to talk about your work or your employer. I don't want anyone. I'm not looking for you to be a spokesperson for anyone. So what?
A couple of things I do miss though. I miss like donut day at St. Mike's Church and chatting, having coffee on Sundays, and just being able to see the St. Mike's family. It's been and our soccer family. We have we ran into somebody at the dunes today, and we were joking around back and forth on Facebook after we saw each other, and that just made me miss those times out in the field. And I'm like, oh god, we got to drive to Portage, or we got to drive to Indy or Kalamazoo, and now I'm like missing all that time.
I'm seeing that on the Facebook. I check in occasionally just to kind of get the pulse of what's going on. And a lot of parents whose children are playing 1 and 2 sports or playing year-round sports are, climbing the walls. Right?
I think Kate is having the biggest trouble with that after, 4 days of practice and then games on the weekend. Now there's nothing. So it's been a little, and it's been cold. So they try to go outside and they try to do things around the neighborhood, but
as much I've talked a little bit about the changes in commerce in the way that it seemed. I don't know if it's going to be a permanent thing where there's less human interaction. People may start getting used to that or taking advantage of that. But on the other side of it, the lack of human contact, the lack of socialization, there's going to be some pent up demand. I wonder what the landscape is going to look like when this finally breaks, at least in the first week or two immediately following what will be going on. Will there be blowout parties, or will restaurants be giving away food they had frozen in their, I don't know, anything. What would it be? What would you envision?
I don't know.
Can we dream?
No, I think for now, like we barbecue all the time. So for me, I went out and picked up things we could grill, things that would last. I noticed people randomly buying like all the cookies and snacks. I was like, what? How is that going to last you? You know,
Mm-hmm.
I bought 2 whole turkeys just because I wanted to make sure we had, you know,
Right.
if we ran out of food, at least the neighborhood over here we could feed about 10 people.
Right.
So,
Right.
and for me, I try to help out my neighbors and my dad and check in on my relatives that are nearby and far away, just to make sure everybody's doing okay and if anybody needs anything.
Right. So what have you been cooking? What's on the menu? What was on the menu for tonight, past dinner time? What'd you guys have? Leftovers?
Leftovers, but I made a few burgers.
Right.
Just fired up the grill and had a couple burgers. We made stir fry last night, a grilled chicken, and then Monica made stir fry with it.
All right.
So we're living it up here. It's not so bad. And
No, there really aren't. We were doing some grocery shopping yesterday. I don't know. I lose track, and I think I might have mentioned it. The only thing that I saw was in short supply was sugar and flour. That people seem to be doing a lot of baking at home.
Right, I did notice that too, because Kate really wanted to make some banana bread, and I had to go to 3 different stores to get the ingredients,
Right.
like extract and
Eggs. A positive sign at the supermarket. I saw the list of things at the checkout that they were limiting you to. Some of them were scratched off, so they're starting to ease the restrictions. Yeah.
And I did see a lot of good in people at the stores, but I think Costco, out of all the stores that I went to, had it together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the people in line were patient, and I actually said to the manager, "This is how you should run it at Christmas."
Yeah, put the X's on the floor and keep me away from everybody.
There's only so many people in the store, and I know where everything is, so I was running like a nut through there trying to get in and out of there.
They were metering the entry to the store, right? I heard that.
Yeah,
okay.
I had a clicker, and that is great. I think they should do that every Saturday, but I don't normally go there on the weekends. But I wanted to make sure on Sunday we had, and for us, we like to spend a lot of time outside as well by the fire pit and hanging out outside and grilling, even when it's snowing out. It's just, we're outdoor people. So
got it. All right. Any event or anything that you want to plug that you got going on? Some performance or appearance that you got coming? It's the usual way to end a show.
I guess, yeah. If anybody needs any branding, pandemic work, I'm available at silentgroove.art.
Okay.
And helped out Ron with his smssports.net, and really missed that show.
Mm-hmm.
And hearing the kids' commentary. It's been really entertaining to go back and watch some of the games that I've been at and not even, really been paying attention because I'm chatting with parents, and all of a sudden we're watching it back at home and listening to Mitchell and PJ and all the gang, and they are hilarious.
It's fun.
Really good together.
It's a lot of fun. I miss it. Yeah, there's no all the sport. Well, obviously there's no school, but the sports seasons have ended, and we're planning to get into doing some production of things. I can't wait to see what the kids have in mind when we do eventually get back to it. So we were kind of on our heels. We weren't prepared to put any kind of productions together remotely. I guess we could have thrown a contingency plan together, but who saw it coming? Who would have thought?
It would be great to see you set up at the Christmas pageant and just do a play-by-play.
Play-by-play. Oh no, maybe
seventh grade's up with the performance of.
Right, exactly. Hopefully that would stay cool, not cruel. But all right, Eddie. We're about at the end of our show. Yeah, the clock says about 8:30. I turned the brightness on my screen down. It was shining right in my face, and it was giving an eerie blue glow to me, so I have to lean a little closer. We're after 8:30. Eddie, I really appreciate you coming on the show. Can we check back in with you sometime again?
Of course, and I'll put up my pandemic playlist up on the site for you.
That's how I was going to close. Let me know. Text it to me, and I will put it up in the description of the video here on YouTube.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Take care.
All right.
Bye.
With that, dial down the audio. Whew. So after our abortive effort yesterday, where we were on for about 6 minutes with no guests, we were back. A great show just wrapped up. Co-Video Live TV episode number 9. If this is your first time watching and you're looking for something to binge watch, I suggest binging on the previous 8 episodes. Maybe skip episode number 8. That was kind of weak. Episode number 1 is actually over on Facebook where we started. We're in our permanent home now. This has been episode number 9 of Co-Video Live TV right here on YouTube. We'll be back again at it tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Look forward to seeing you then. Be safe. See you then. Take care. Bye.